Check, check. Yep. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
Introduction.
Are we filming?
Yep, we're already filming. All right, guys, this is the greatest BJJ podcast in the world. No punches held back. We got our twins. We haven't done this in a while, so we got a lot to talk about. Well, 4 things.
I'm listening.
You better be listening. All right.
You're my good stuff.
My Cali trip, cross training, memberships, and people that, what do you call it?
What's the name of that? Like you hope.
Freeloaders. Freeloaders. There we go. All right. So give me your experience about cross training. We'll just go to cross training before we go to Cali.
Okay. So I used to like cross train when I lived in Raleigh, just because like I know a lot of people in different gyms, but also I travel like in states and out of state. And oh, thank you. And I just wanted to test myself, but also like make connections, meet people, see where I'm at, and just do something different in another state or another country, which I think is great. But now that I moved here, I don't need to cross-train because I have everything that I need in my gym, right? So I came to the realization of theory that you cross-train because you're missing something in your gym. For example, many females cross-train because they need other females to train, right? It's totally valid. Or your gym doesn't offer open mat on Thursday and you want open mat on Thursday, so you go and cross-train another gym, right? But if your gym offer everything, I don't see the necessity of cross-training.
Yeah. All right, Matt, give me your perspective.
Oh, I thought you were coughing, son. Yeah, I mean, I think cross training is a good thing.
They could leave.
But
1 second, pause. We're gonna pause this in this video. Hey, Kobe, do you need to go? You need to walk out this way? Okay, you're good. All right, man. See ya. All right.
are we good?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Cross training. No, yeah, it's really, which depends on what you're looking for. So sometimes it's nice to have a different body or a different style to roll with. And most of the time it's, if you have similar gyms in your area, I mean, it's just a new body, same technique and stuff like that. But it's, when we went to different states and stuff like that and rolled, like you get different techniques, different forms, and different bodies. So that's nice. But I mean, it's just if you don't feel like you're getting everything that you need from your gym, I would cross train. But if you feel like you got like a good push or good, you got different looks that you're getting from different people inside your gym.
Well, excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me.
Okay.
That water. But it's I mean, just do whatever. I mean, don't be like, hopping every day to something different. But, if once a month you want to go test water somewhere else, I say go for it.
Yeah.
So now that we give our point of view with cross-training, you cross-train a lot in Cali, you went to different gyms, super out of your comfort zone because, right, we're here. What are your experiences of what happened in Cali and the difference between Cali and here?
Yeah. So in Cali, there were some places that were really welcoming, and then there were some places that wasn't. I'm not going to name drop any names, but I trained a lot in a lot of different places in San Diego, LA, some people's garages. But for the most part, a lot of people were they're very helpful with trying to teach everybody like techniques. Everybody was like on the same track to try to like get everybody better. It's Cali, right? Like the concentration in jiu-jitsu is totally different. Then you got things here on the East Coast where it just seems like everybody's trying to be at everybody's throat, and you can't train over here, you can't train over there because then you're crossing a line, right?
So I have a question. So what do you think we're missing in this coast, and what do you think they are missing like from us?
Right. So one thing that we have here, right, is that we could have like a concentrated like training session, right? And not to say that they don't have that there, but like we could have more like quality rounds with like a smaller group of people, right? Especially if everybody has the same track, same mindset, right? And whereas in Cali, there's just so much. It's like a shotgun approach, right? You're gonna have a bunch of really, really, really good guys, and then you got a bunch of guys that are just okay. They're hobbyists, so I mean nothing wrong with that. But like when you have guys like me or like guys like you guys that are training all the time, the look is a little bit different, right? But in Cali, you just got way more volume of that. Like everywhere you go, there's like more of the upper belts, more of the like go-getters that you get. That like here you see more hobbyists.
Yeah.
In Cali, man, it's just a pool of people that are doing this full time. That's what makes it different. That's why everybody like fantasizes, they romanticize about like these gyms because like they have like that concentration of people there that train, they have that focus, whereas people here, they're just a little bit more relaxed. They don't really care about getting much better at jiu-jitsu. They say they want to get better at jiu-jitsu, but they don't really like go out of their comfort zone to learn to like hear it. One thing also here is that people don't want to listen to other people about like, hey, maybe you should be doing this technique like this. Maybe you should be doing it like this, right?
Are you saying there's an ego here?
Absolutely. 100. I mean, there's not to say that there's no ego over there,
yeah.
but like you see a like other black belts trying to help other black belts trying to get better.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
One really like super famous black belt saw that I was doing tarantula guard, and that should be a reference for you guys. But he immediately after our roll, he was like, "Hey man, let me show you how to do this better."
Gotcha. Yeah.
Right here, you don't see that like type of help.
Yeah.
Right. So that's a long-winded way of saying like the difference is that like people's focus is a little bit different. In West Coast, you got everybody that gives up everything to try to reach their dreams and whatnot, or they find a better balance of doing that, right? Whereas here, I don't know, people don't like to train too much.
So segue to that and what Matt mentioned about, talk about the cross training and whatnot. Matt says something that kind of ring the bell, right? Of those people who like, oh yeah, you can cross train, but don't start jumping to gyms like every single day, all different gyms, right? What's the name of that again?
The freeloaders.
Freeloaders.
Don't freeload. Don't do that.
There is a fine line, right, between cross training and freeloading. Loading?
Yeah, freeloaders.
Loaders. Okay, I don't know how to say that word. Anyways, don't be that person. Don't be the person who pays in one gym and then trains in other gyms. Like it or not, and it's not a cult, we have to have some loyalty somewhere, right?
I think the only pass I would give on that is like, depending on the person's lifestyle. Like if you live like in a camper and you like travel across the U.S. or whatnot,
okay.
that's
Yeah.
but that's like far. That's like 1 in a million kind of thing. But it's like if you live in a certain spot and you just jump around to all the different gyms all the time, like that's
Let me say it like this. It's like, you know who you are, okay? You guys like to go to open mat to open mat to open mat to open mat to open mat. They look at the school schedule and then they're like, oh, well, there's an open mat here, so let me go over here. Oh, there's an open mat this day, so let me go over here. Or they just show up on like every other Mondays or every other third Tuesday.
Yeah.
So it's like hard for the guys, the professors or the coaches to kind of keep track of that. And then they end up being the bad guys because now they're getting tired of your shenanigans and they're like, bro, you need to pay a drop-in fee.
Yeah, just adding to that, there's so many gyms that don't charge for open mats, right? And they welcome you with open arms, but don't abuse the open mats, The open mat is for the students itself to get better in their free time and work on things that they haven't worked on and just be like freestyle kind of thing. Also welcome for other students, right? But I don't think it's right that they open the doors to your house and you just come in and out willy-nilly, no pain, no nothing. Like, the coach has to pay for the power, has to pay for the water, has to pay for the bills, as well as pay other coaches. It doesn't hurt to help the school as well.
Yep. Side note, I'm going to sidetrack. Just because you're in Cali doesn't mean that the training is any different. To be honest, like the training, the hard training we get here on the East Coast is just as tough as the stuff I got on the West Coast. And I've been invited to train at a few like competition training, like their competition team trainings. And, to be honest, I still get my hardest rolls here than the West Coast.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's just like those guys, they're a little bit more like sharp with their techniques, right? So you get punished whenever like you make a mistake. But you know what? Their jiu-jitsu is so clean that like you don't feel like you're exhausting a ton of energy. Whereas like guys here on the East Coast, we're dogs, man. Like, but yeah, that end of that cross training tangent and like the Cali experience, and then coming back to the freeloader point, is that yes, us gym owners do have to pay bills, and we're sick and tired of y'all. Yeah,
You tell me this isn't free, the lights and the water,
Can you imagine that? Dang, man, it's crazy.
Oh.
Who that? Oh, we have a visitor. He forgot his shoes. Vaughn, I wish we could turn this around. Vaughn got Pal's little itty bitty shoes. All right.
Commercial, Vaughn just.
Doop doop.
That's the best thing all night.
But yeah, and people don't understand that, and that's we're gonna talk about memberships now, right? This is gonna segue into membership stuff. I don't run contracts, but if you look at like these schools that are cultish, that have rules, are the ones that have the most students.
Okay, I do have a lot to say right now because of this. And I think it's freely okay to say that we decided not to do contracts to give people the freedom, right? People complain everywhere about how hard it is to get out of a contract. But when you give them the open door to not have a contract, then is problems left and right. There is, you know what? I'm gonna train just one day this week, so I'm not gonna pay. That's not what no contract means. It means that if you need to get out of the contract, you let us know and we cancel. It doesn't mean you pay whenever you feel like it. Thoughts?
It's very true. And then y'all complain about like, oh, this school has like a uniform rule, or this school this, and this school has that. But when I was in Cali, these schools that have very strict rules, right? I'm telling you, there was like 100 people on the mats. Nobody's complaining. The people that are complaining is some jokers online. Like, I want to say use guys. Y'all, you have my northern and southern accent, use are the ones complaining about like these rules. But if we let everybody run around like willy-nilly, it'd be complete chaos. And like, how does that look as a business owner, right? Yeah. Like someone's gonna come in and like nobody's thinking like a young dude, right? Like, oh yeah, this is like the grind, like the iron, like old school iron gyms where people are just like banging out the weights, and that's what they like. Parents and like some professional adults like to come into a spot where there's a little bit of order, a little bit of sense to it. Yeah. And I hate to say it, but a lot of no-gi gyms, they are a little bit more like that. But if you compare gi to no-gi, when I was in Cali, the gi gyms just overwhelmed. Like there was way more people doing the gi because people have respect for the gi. There's like that martial arts aspect to it. That's what was refreshing for me to go back in Cali and see this, like people respecting the gi. No matter like what people have said online about like the gi, it's because I don't think those jokers train.
To add to that, is the whole disciplinary respect, right? Discipline, jiu-jitsu is a discipline. Like having a uniform is discipline. Having to bow on the mats, like it or not, is a discipline. There's some things that are still part of the sport that are discipline, as well as paying your dues. So going back to the membership, right? You disrespect your gym and you disrespect the owner when you don't do the minimum of paying, right? And you having pretty much a personalized class. Like, yes, a 50 people class or whatever, but you can always ask questions to the coach. You can always call the coach to help you. You can always roll with the coach and this and that. So you having that like kind of like one-on-one, like it or not, of the experience of jiu-jitsu, the minimum you need to do is just pay your dues on time, and you disrespect your gym by not doing it. So if your gym doesn't have, contract, that's a blessing. Don't abuse it.
Matt.
Thoughts? Yum.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, it's like, yeah, contract versus non-contract. Like that's, I don't know. Like from our, like the business side, or like someone coming in.
Yeah,
Trying,
for a business side, people need to look. Okay, we'll talk it from the business side of things, and then we'll talk about it from
Student
the
perspective.
student perspective. Okay, yeah, like the business side, yeah, because I mean it's like nobody's gonna remember this. Maybe you will, but like the old school, like phone contract days, where it's like you had to go sign a contract and you had to be with that phone company for like X amount of years, and then you had a plan and everything like that. So it's like, and then if you find something better, you can't get out of it until at the end of the contract. So like that, like Pal said, it's like having that freedom. It's like maybe you find something you prefer somewhere else, or it just isn't working for you, or maybe you can't just make that payment that month or something like that, and like, hey, we'll cancel. Okay, don't worry about it. Don't come in this month. We won't charge you. When you come back in, we'll start it all over again, kind of thing. So it's it just it gives some leeway and stuff like that, and just it helps people out in the long run, because life happens,
Yeah.
and it's so it's maybe they were having a good time financially when they signed up, but then 6 months in they're struggling, they can't make the payment anymore, like things like that, and so it's like I get that aspect. Like I guess from a student side, I mean, depending on the person, I would say, because it's like if for me when I started, like I wanted, I made the choice to have discipline for myself and do something and force myself out of comfort zone. So it's like, I didn't worry about like trying to cancel because I wasn't planning on leaving. So it's like it kind of locked me into that. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna get my money's worth kind of thing. And so it's even though you guys, when I started, you I think you did that. You didn't have a contract either.
I never had contracts.
That's it. So it's like, for me, like it was more of a contract with myself than more than anything. So it's, but if it's, even if you did have a contract, I probably would have signed it so I could just, get in that rhythm and get that responsibility and just be like, just keep going kind of thing. But it's, so it's just that's kind of student side. I guess it's more of it's an individual basis kind of thing. It's not a one size fits all kind of thing.
And then, we could fit into it. Like the biggest gyms do have contracts.
Yeah.
Absolutely do. And it is a nightmare to try to get out of it. And I would never do contracts. I will never break on that. But I think what a lot of people that don't do contracts have issues with is like the last minute cancellations.
Yeah.
Like the day before the month draws out, even though we have kind of like a handshake agreement, like, hey, let me know. But it's crazy how people act whenever it comes time to cancel. People act a little weird. I'm just saying. I'm not gonna go through all the crazy messages I would get, but it's like, hey, you don't have to be. It doesn't have to be a weird interaction. If you are at a gym where it's a little weird to like have that conversation with your coach, you shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be at that gym.
I think most of the big gyms that do contracts, I mean, they're there to teach jiu-jitsu, but it's like that's their business side of it too. It's like they're just guaranteeing that they're going to get money for that long kind of thing. So it's yeah.
But piggyback on what Matt said, like, yeah, life sometimes throw you the curveballs. Like, that's not what we're talking about, right? If you are in a gym that no contracts, right, and life throws you a curveball, have the conversation with your coach because he's human too, right? He will understand, she will understand, and guys can have an agreement, like conversation, right? We have to have communication, but you just happen to I don't know, disappear or just not do the right thing. That's what kind of I'm emphasizing in. Just don't be that person.
Don't be the person like, oh, I have it, like something bad happened in my family. This is like the first excuse everybody brings up. Really.
Just be honest.
Yeah, just be honest.
I don't want to pay no more.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm tired of jiu-jitsu. I'm tired of you,
Yeah.
Coach Johnny.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you, Coach Johnny.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I'm tired of you, Coach Johnny.
There you go. But that's it. We're wrapping it up right here. We're keeping it short. It's probably short, probably not.
It's not
We
really.
have
Yeah,
to do a lot of editing.
Yep. Anyways, here it is. We're back.
We hit everything?
Yeah, we hit everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Look at that.
maybe we'll do some technique stuff or something. Maybe not because there's too much stuff out there. But maybe we will. I don't know.
But just let us know if you just want to hear us talking crap all the time.
That's it.
That's
Anyways, we're out. Peace. We'll do peace. This is a new year. We'll do pieces now.
No more love.
Love lost.
No.
There we go.
There you go. Bye. Get up.
Getting up.